Hi everyone, it's great to be here. On behalf of my colleagues at the Center for Constitutional Rights and our clients who remain unjustly detained at Guantánamo Bay, I thank you all for standing here and helping us bring an end to their injustice. When we talk about Guantánamo, we often talk about numbers. 127 men remain, 59 of them are approved for transfer. Of those, 52 of them are from Yemen. They remain imprisoned almost entirely because of where they are from and not because of who they are. The first detainees arrived on January 11th in 2002, and today we mark 13 years too many. But the human toll of indefinite detention cannot be captured in numbers or a timeline. I've been visiting Guantánamo for the last 3 years and meeting with men who are my age, who have been cleared for transfer, and who have spent more than a third of their lives in Guantánamo. It's impossible to capture all that they have lost during these last 13 years. But today, I can tell you what one day, one more year, while they wait for their freedom, will cost them. For Mohammed al-Hamiri, this means another year sitting in his cell, thinking about how indefinite detention at Guantánamo killed his friend and cellmate Adnan Latif. Mohammed will wonder, will this be my fate? Because of the seriousness of his diabetes and the lack of adequate medical care and the conditions of his confinement, for Ghalib al-Bahani, this year could be his last. For Fahad Ghazi, 2015 marks another year away from his 12-year-old daughter Hafsa. He can't be there to hold her hand, to wipe her tears, to see her grow up into a young woman. For Tariq Baoda, this will be the 8th year of his unbroken hunger strike. He's been hunger striking since 2007. Each day that he remains at Guantánamo, he will be pulled out of his cell, strapped to a restraint chair, shackled to the floor, and force-fed to be kept alive. Alive? What kind of life is this? In my opinion, their lives haven't begun yet. The only number that matters in this story is 0. And we all must do our part in closing Guantánamo for however long it takes. When the cleared men and those the government will not charge are released, and the regime of indefinite detention comes to a close, and those who will be tried are given a fair trial. There is no reason Tariq, Mohammed, Fahad, Ghalib, and other men cannot leave Guantánamo tomorrow, the next day, and the next day after that. So I want to thank you all for being here again. This feeling of solidarity and community and hope is something that we're certainly going to take to Guantánamo when we go down next. And we'll let the men know that not only are they not forgotten, but that they've been heard. So I'm going to be joined, I think, by 2 others. We're going to do some readings of 3 letters. Ghalib al-Bahani, Mohammed al-Hamiri, Tariq Baoda. You can see their faces right here. They're all Yemeni men in their early 30s who have been at Guantánamo for 13 years and who are all approved for transfer. Ghalib Nasser al-Bahani is a 35-year-old Yemeni man who has been detained at Guantánamo since 2002. This is a letter he wrote to the Periodic Review Board, who cleared him for release in May 2015, yet he remains detained. I want a chance to build a normal life, the same way other people build their lives. I don't need an easy life, and I don't want a hard life. I just want an ordinary life. I want my own family. I want to become a father, and I look forward to the day when I can hold my baby in my hands. The first thing I want to do is take classes that will help me find a good job, like English, computer, and carpentry classes. Since my days would be spent working or looking for a job, I would plan to take classes in the evening. I have these hopes because I want a stable life. I want to take good care of my children and provide them with an education. I want to give them a better life than I had. I lost both of my parents when I was a young boy, and it was hard growing up without a mother or father. I want to be in a position where I can give my children the guidance that I did not have. I have done my best to prepare for the life that I want. I have struggled on a daily basis here because of my health, and I felt desperate and frustrated. But I am trying. I have requested many books because I want to educate and improve myself, and I spend most of my time reading. In my cell now, I have English and Spanish language books, a book about diabetes and high blood pressure, a book about the Dalai Lama, and the biography of Martin Luther King. I like to read biographies because I want to learn about other people's lives and the circumstances they faced and how they were able to overcome their difficulties and move on with their lives. I want to learn how they were able to learn positive lessons from their difficulties and how they were able to reach their goals in life without looking at the past. I hope to have the same strength and patience to overcome my difficulties. Given a choice, I will build the life that I imagine in a new country. When I think of freedom, I think of a new country, a place where I can have my own independent life, where there are opportunities, where the security situation is better, and where education is important. I can't change the past, and I can't control what other people do or what goes on in a given country. But I can control my own actions. For years, I've talked about what my hopes are for the future and what my decisions would be. I've struggled through the effects of my diabetes to try to improve myself, to show that these are not simply words. I have a bright vision of my future. It is all that I think about. I am asking for the chance to make my vision a reality.
Say we're gonna build a nation.